Hello there, welcome to my channel. In today's video we are going to learn about the Paleo Indians, so grab your popcorn, take a seat and let's get started. How did the Paleo Indians live? What animals did the Paleo Indians hunt? What kind of shelters did the Paleo Indians live in? What time and era did the Paleo Indians live in? The Paleo Indians were prehistoric people who inhabited North America during the last ice age, between around 12,900 and 11,700 years ago. They were among the earliest human inhabitants of the Americas, and their way of life was characterized by hunting and gathering. The term Paleo Indian refers to a prehistoric culture that existed before the introduction of agriculture and settled life in North America. The Paleo Indians are considered to be the ancestors of later Native American cultures. The Paleo Indians were nomadic people who followed herds of animals for food and lived in small, scattered groups of up to 50 or 100 individuals. They were also skilled tool makers and used a variety of materials such as stone, bone, and wood to create tools for hunting, gathering, and other tasks. The Paleo Indians primarily hunted large mammals such as mammoths, mastodons, bison, deer, and wild horses. These animals provided them with food, clothing, and shelter, and they played a significant role in the Paleo Indian diet. In addition to large mammals, the Paleo Indians also hunted smaller animals such as rabbits, squirrels, and birds, as well as fish and shellfish, which was a period of much colder temperatures than today. The Paleo Indians lived in North America during the Paleolithic era, which is the earliest period of the Stone Age. They are generally believed to have lived from around 12,900 to 11,700 years ago. This period is known as the Late Pleistocene epoch, and it was characterized by the last major ice sheet in the northern hemisphere. During this time, the majority of North America was covered in ice, and the Paleo Indians lived in small groups and hunted large game such as mammoths and bison, indicating that there were numerous different cultures and groups of people living in the continent during this time period. It is important to note that our knowledge of these cultures is limited due to the lack of written records and the destruction of many sites through natural and human-made disasters. However, ongoing archaeological research is continually providing new insights into the lives and cultures of the Paleo Indians, who inhabited North America during the last ice age. The Folsom culture is believed to have existed from around 12,800 to 11,500 years ago, and is associated with the hunting of bison and other large game, which is named after the site of Folsom in New Mexico, where distinctive projectile points known as Folsom points were found. The mysterious people who inhabited North America during the last ice age. This era lasted from approximately 2.6 million years ago to around 12,000 years ago. During this time, humans used rudimentary stone tools and were nomadic hunters and gatherers. The climate they experienced would have varied depending on the region they lived in, but generally it was much colder and drier than today. During the ice age, much of North America was covered in ice and snow, and the Paleo Indians had to adapt to these conditions to survive. Some researchers believe that they may have arrived in North America earlier than 12,900 years ago, while others believe that they may have persisted later than 11,700 years ago. However, these are still considered to be the most widely accepted dates for the Paleo Indian period in North America. They likely wore warm clothing made from animal skins, and sought shelter in caves or rock formations to protect themselves from the elements. This era was characterized by nomadic lifestyles and a heavy reliance on hunting and gathering for food. There are several Paleo Indian cultures that are believed to have existed in North America during the last ice age. One of the earliest and most well-known is the Clovis culture, which is named after the town of Clovis, in New Mexico, where distinctive stone tools, known as Clovis points, were first discovered. The Clovis culture is believed to have existed from around 13,500 to 12,800 years ago, and is associated with the hunting of large game such as mammoths and bison. The Paleo Indians were among the first humans to inhabit North America, and their lifestyle and traditions had a significant impact on the history of indigenous peoples in the region. Despite the challenges posed by the climate, the Paleo Indians were able to thrive and spread throughout North America during this period. They used a variety of hunting techniques, including chasing, stalking, and trapping. Their tools included knives, scrapers, spear points, and drills, which they used to process animal hides and plant materials. The Paleo Indians did not build permanent structures, but rather lived in temporary shelters made from materials such as animal hides and branches. They may have used caves or rock shelters for protection from the elements, and may have built small, temporary camps for hunting and gathering. The type of shelter they used would have depended on the resources available to them and the specific needs of their group. They were highly skilled hunters and used spears, bows and arrows, and other weapons to hunt large game such as mammoths, mastodons, and bison. These animals provided them with food and materials for clothing and shelter. The Paleo Indians wore clothing made from animal skins and other natural materials such as plant fibers. They used hides from animals they hunted, such as deer and bison, to make clothing for themselves and their families. They also used other materials, such as flax and hemp, to make rope and cordage for making clothing and other items. In general, the Paleo Indians wore simple clothing, made from animal skins and other natural materials. And their clothing styles would have varied, depending on the region they lived in and the materials that were available to them. And their lifestyle and traditions played a significant role in shaping the history of indigenous peoples in the Americas. So where did the Paleo Indians come from? This is a question that has been debated by historians and scientists for many years. Most experts believe that the Paleo Indians were the descendants of early humans who migrated from Asia into North America via the Bering Land Bridge, which connected easternmost Russia and Alaska. During the Ice Age, this migration is believed to have occurred around 13,000 to 15,000 years ago, when the continents were more closely aligned and a land bridge existed between them. Another theory suggests that the Paleo Indians may have arrived in North America earlier than previously thought, possibly as early as 30,000 years ago. This idea is supported by some archaeological evidence, including the discovery of stone tools in Mexico that date back to this period. However, this discovery is controversial, and not all experts agree on its significance. In addition to hunting, the Paleo Indians also gathered wild plants, fruits, and nuts to supplement their diet. What kind of clothing did the Paleo Indians wear? What kind of climate did the Paleo Indians live in? The Paleo Indians lived during the last Ice Age. In terms of the specific time frame for the Paleo Indians, it is important to note that these dates are estimates. Archaeologists about the exact time frame of the Paleo Indians. During the Paleo Indian period, humans were still using stone tools and had not yet developed agriculture or settled villages. Who were some of the Paleo Indian cultures? Another Paleo Indian culture is the Folsom culture. In addition to these cultures, there are many other Paleo Indian sites and artifacts that have been discovered across North America. And there you have it. A look at the Paleo Indians. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.